All right, mic check, mic check. 2-1, 2-1. Niner, Niner. Mic check, mic check.
Mike 2, check 7468. 7468. Get it up. All right, before we get going here, I just want to give a special shout out to Big Poppy, tuned in here from Weston's baseball team, Coach Kaiser. They sent me a text message, said they're going to be tuned in, so appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for some Flyers hockey, yo. Another special shout out to family in Alabama. Tom and Linda, Kurt, Lori, Jerry, Randy, Betty. Hey guys, it's going to be a fun night. Thanks for tuning in. And then Mr. Derek Stickfort watching from St. Louis. Anything that happens tonight via Wes is because Derek sharpened Wes's skates. So, all right, thanks for everybody for tuning in. We'll have some live hockey here shortly.
I'll make my way over there by our people.
I love you. All right, fans of the Ames Flyers, welcome, grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, and weird neighbors. We are about ready to start the second game of the MWAHA tournament. This is your Ames Flyers against the Mason City. What are the Mason City? Mohawks. The Mason City Mohawks. And we control the puck and bring it into the zone. But Mason City is able to poke it off our stick, and they're able to get it out of the zone. But Keegan challenges there, and he's able to keep them from advancing. But now they do advance, and they're able to gain the zone and flip it towards the net. But Keegan intercepts, and he gets it up to Wes, who's going to exit the zone. And he's looking cross ice, but intercepted. That was a good look, though. Mohawks then flip it back, and then Drake is a little lackadaisical with that stick, but he sticks it away. We're trying to get it out, and we do. Up to Caden. He's going to try to dance through three players, and he's still maintaining possession, but ultimately has it taken off his stick. But then Tucker's there to keep it from advancing further. He passes back to Kanan. Kanan's going to reverse direction and then flip it up ice, and Xander's got some space. Xander's going to get there. He's going to look at his options. He's going to try to center it, but off of a stick. And the Mohawks are going to skate off with it, but then Donovan is there to take that away. Kanan then passes up to Xander. Xander's got space. Xander's skating up the ice. He tries to split. Tucker's there to support him. Tucker's going to get a shot off, sticked away by the Mohawks goalie. Kanan's going to hold the blue line, though. Tucker's going to curl with it. He fires it at the net, but that's wide left. Z's there. He's going to chip it back to Richie. Richie kicks it back to Z. Z passes to Tucker. Tucker fires it, sticked away. Nobody there to corral. The Mohawks are going to come away with it, and they fire it at net, and Drake sticks it away. Drew's going to shuttle it around, and then chipped, but held in by the Mohawks, now out of our zone. And they're going to shove it in deep, and Drew is going to go around and get it. He's going to fire it around. That's Richie. He's going to have it with some space. He's going to push it up the boards to Z. Z's got it in the zone, but immediately taken away by the Mohawks. Tucker's still giving pressure, though, and we stop their charge, but they still push it into their offensive zone and run into their own player. They shovel it forward, but don't pursue it. Harley's there to fire it up ice, and she's got Caden. And Caden's got a breakaway. He fires it, but he's wide right. Keegan's going to corral it, though. He's going to keep it deep. Caden's there. He chips it into the corner. He's still fighting for it. He gets it back to Harley. Harley fires it, but then intercepts it. Mohawks are going to skate up with it. Harley's still pressuring, and then Keegan comes in to keep them from advancing. Mohawks dump it in deep, but don't have any pressure. Logan's going to get it and bring it around. He fires it up to West. He touches it, and it looks like it's going to be on net, so no icing. And they're going to play it. And they get it up to the wing, and we don't have anybody there to support. So they're going to march it up the ice. They gain the zone, and they're going to fire it from long range, and Drake gloves it. So we will have a 2-second timeout for thirst. We got Z taking the draw, defensive zone faceoff. We got Tucker and Richie along with Logan and Kanan. And they shoot that. They get a shot, but it's wide. Richie ties them up. Mohawks are able to dump it deep. Kanan's there to send it back out, but they hold their line. Kanan's there to support it again, and he gets it out of the zone, but Mohawks are looking to dump it back. Back to Kanan. That was no offsides, and he flips it. Long outlet pass to Z. He's got some space. Yes, sir! And he buries it. That was a great outlet pass from Kanan. From the dot to damn near the blue line, opposite blue line, and Z marches it in and scores. So 1-0 Flyers. We got Xander, Wes, and Caden. along with Donovan and Harley. Keegan taking the draw. Puck was bouncing around there. Harley was able to push it forward, and now Caden is charging forward with it, taking off his stick. West keeps it in and centers it. Keegan's battling for it. It comes out to the near boards, and Mohawks are able to get out of the zone to the neutral zone and gain the offensive zone. They're still skating with it, and we're able to deflect that shot. But it's coming up to their defense, and nobody's challenging. They fire from the slot, and Drake gloves it. So we're changing out everybody. We got Xander, Tucker, Richie, along with Drew and Logan for a defensive zone faceoff. Xander taking the draw. Puck squirts back to our defense and then out to the slot. Puck battle over there. We push it forward, but held in by the Mohawks. They dump it deep. Logan's there to get to it first. He keeps it behind and is still pursuing the puck. He reverses direction and tries to bring it out the other way, but Mohawks take it away. They got a golden opportunity, and we are able to barely get that away. They had a great chance there. We get it up, but not out yet. Logan now is trying to get it out. Mohawks are pressuring. They bring it right back in. Drew with a good stick and pokes it away. Now it's behind the net. Still, they're bringing it around. They try the wrap around. Drake is sprawled out, and he gloves it, ultimately, is what he did. But he was sprawled out and covering that wrap around, and then he got his glove on it. So that was a little bit of an anxious flurry there, where we gave them multiple opportunities. So we got Keegan, Caden, and Wes, along with Harley and Kanan. And when the puck is pushed up to Caden, puck battle there, push back, but Harley controls it. She's going to skate around back, and she's going to send it up to Wes. He gets a stick on it, but not out. Kanan is there, but still not out. Now we're out of the zone, and we're pursuing, but Mohawks are going to get to it first. Oh, no, they're going to. I didn't realize that went all the way down. It was right along the boards. I couldn't see the puck, so that's going to be an icing. So we're going to come all the way back. And we're going to have the same lines. We got Keegan, Caden, and Wes, along with Kanan and Harley. Keegan taking the draw. He wins it back to Harley. She's going to skate behind. And she's going to keep going with it. She gets it out of the zone. And Keegan challenges, but Mohawks are able to push it forward and gain the zone. Keegan's still pressuring the puck. Crossing pass, intercepted by Kanan. Still there pressuring the puck, and he's able to keep them from getting the center pass. Kanan comes away with it, cross ice to West, and West fires it and patted away by the goalie. But that was a good shot on net. Back to the net, bouncing it around the front. But we can't connect, and the Mohawks are able to clear it, and that's going to be an icing all the way down. That was a good couple of opportunities for the Flyers. Just couldn't connect. So, line changes. We got Xander, Tucker, and Richie out there, along with Donovan and Drew. So Xander's taking the draw. He wins it over to Tucker, but we can't control it. Mohawks are going to come away with it. They throw it all the way up, but that's going to be on net, and Drake is going to cover it. So we'll have an offensive zone or defensive zone face-off, and we'll keep the same lines. So Mohawks control. They get it back to the D. They're going to try to fire it in, but deflected by Xander. It goes far side. They chip it towards the boards, and then towards net, deflected in front and covered by Drake. So we'll have We'll do a wholesale line change, and we'll have a defensive zone face-off. We got Keegan, Caden, and Wes out there along with Logan and Kanan. Mohawks win it back. They go to the D, but challenged by Caden, and he comes away with it. He's got West support. He's going to try to cross it, but then good stick by the Mohawks doesn't allow that pass. Mohawks chip it out of the zone, and they're charging. They're going to gain their offensive zone, but good cross-ice challenge by Kanan, and Keegan pushes that Mohawks player to the outside. He gets it to the net, but deflected by Drake. Puck is still behind. Keegan tries to wrap it around. Kanan then chips it around. Wes is going to be there to collect it. He chips it forward, and then Kanan then comes in support too. The Mohawks are able to chip it back in, but they're offsides, it looks like. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off, wholesale line change. We got Xander, Richie, and Tucker coming out along with Donovan and Harley. Xander taking the draw. Puck shoots over to Tucker. He can't control it. Mohawks bring it in. Donovan deflects it behind the net. He rings it around up to Tucker. Tucker tries to, dangerous opportunity. Still bouncing around in front. I'm not sure how that didn't go in. I really don't know how that didn't go in. It looked like it was going to go right in the net. But Drake and his defenders all seem to swallow that puck. So we're able to freeze the puck, and we're going to have a defensive zone face-off. Harley's got the puck. She tries to chip it up to Tucker. Tucker's got it with some space. He uses the boards and advances it. We got Richie and Tucker pursuing the puck. Tucker centers it, but Richie can't handle it. He turns and fires it behind the net. Tucker's not going to go corral it. He's trying to keep it deep. Mohawks are trying to push it up the boards. They do, but Harley intercepts it, and she chips it towards the net, but can't get a good shot off. Richie's there to provide some pressure. Keegan keeps it from advancing and keeps it in the zone. Mohawks are finally able to throw it out, and they're going to win the foot race, but not get a good stick on it, but then follow it with a hard slapper that Drake deflects, and it goes up in the netting. So he dodged another bullet there. And then we got Wes, Xander, and Donovan coming out along with Kanan and Logan. Donovan looks like he's taking the draw here. Looks like we're mixing thinking up.
Literally bird lines.
So Wes is going to come away with it. He gets in the neutral ice, and that's Caden skating forward with it, but he gets kind of tied up and tripped. And Wes is going to swoop in, though. He's got some space. Wrap around it. I think he got that in.
Yeah.
I think that's in. No. Oh, my goodness. I'm not sure how that. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that one. Wes is.
That's a good goal.
Wes is chirping a little bit on that one, and I think he has every right to chirp on that one.
Wrong side, guys.
All right.
What?
All right, Donovan's fighting for it.
No, when they cross the line, it's a good goal. Like the last one.
All right, Donovan's taking the draw. Same lines. We got Wes and Caden out there along with Kanan and Logan. Over to the wing. Caden gets a little bit tripped up there. Caden's going to control, though. He's going to center it. Donovan's there, but doesn't get a good stick on it. Intercepted. Logan's challenging. Mohawks are skating forward with it. And they come into the zone and are ringing around, but then Caden's there. Wes is breaking out. Wes chips it forward, and he's still pursuing it. Mohawks control it, though. They're going to try to come out of the zone. Caden's still providing pressure. And neutral zone puck battle. Xander's going to come in with it. He's going to fire it. Sticked away by the goalie. Good save. Far side. Mohawks are looking for options, but pressured by our Flyers. And that's Z. Oh, no. Is that Caden? Caden, wrap around and he fires. Good save. Drew flips it back at the net. Still bouncing around in front. Still bouncing around in front. Wide of the net. Xander and Caden there, along with Tucker. But now the Mohawks are going to skate away with it. They go cross ice, but Drew's there to stop that rush. Mohawks now get in the zone. They're still skating with it, and we're able to push that away again. Now Z's pushing up the ice. He's got Tucker and Richie with him. He fires it at the net. Oh! That goes all the way down. That's going to be the end of. That's going to be the end of period 1. That was a good first period by both sides. The Flyers are up 1-0. We'll take 60 seconds. All right, we're back. And evidently we're on the wrong side of the arena, as we just found out. I mean, the two nicest guys in the organization just about came to blows with the opposing Barons. But we're okay. We're okay. For all those, but we got 2 more periods left to play. So if we don't check in later tonight, just know this was the beginning of it. Anyways, Mohawks bouncing around center ice. They're going to bring it in, being pushed to the outside by our defense, but they're going to push it deep and they're going to get it into the center, but then sticked away. But then still pursuing it. Drew's able to get a stick on it and get it around. Up to Caden. Caden's looking up the ice. He goes cross ice to West. Got to play the boards, and he's still got it. He's pursuing it, and he's pushing it forward. Sticked away by the goalie, though, but that was a good rush. And we're able to keep it in, though. Keegan, and then now West. West got some space. He tries to center it to Caden. Caden's able to keep it in the zone. Keegan is pursuing, now ringed around, and West is going to be there to challenge. The Mohawks are able to push it up the boards and out of the zone. Keegan is there to keep it from advancing, and then he goes right back to West. West is going to gain the zone, and he's going to dump it deep and go for a change. Keegan and Tucker are providing some pressure, and Xander temporarily kept it in, bounced out of the zone, and Donovan was there to keep it from going further, but that's going to be an offsides. But not only because he's my kid, but that wasn't a bad offsides because they would have had a lot of men rush going the other way. So we're going to have a neutral zone face-off. We got Xander, Richie, and Tucker along with Logan and Donovan. Back to Donovan. He's going to fire it up to Tucker and then back out, but then back up. And we're playing ping pong. Finally, we get it deep. And we're going to pursue it. Mohawks are going to get there first, but Richie's challenging. And he's able to temporarily keep them from advancing it, but the Mohawks are coming cross ice and out and then through neutral ice. And we're pinching them off, but they're skating it all the way behind, and they try to center it, but not allowed. And they're calling that a goal. Which is interesting because they just got mad at us. They just got mad at us for thinking we had a goal, and I didn't see that go in. But anyways, This is youth hockey. Anyway, so 1-1. We got Keegan, Caden, and Wes out there along with Kaden and Harley. So puck battle near boards. We got Keegan and Caden there. Finally get the puck cross ice. Wes is going to pursue it along with a Mohawk player. They're pushing it up that side. They get it deep, but Caden's going to get there first. He's going to ring it around, and Wes is there. He's going to chip it up the boards. But Mohawk defenders dare to challenge. He's going to still be chipping it up the boards, still fighting it up the boards, but not out of the zone. Keegan is there, but doesn't win that puck battle. But we block that and are able to chip it out. Caden is pushing hard, but doesn't quite get there in time. Mohawks are able to push it forward and then bring it near ice and enter the zone, but we're there to challenge. So no shot on net allowed, but we're still not out of the zone. We're finally able to chip it up. Caden chips it to Wes. Wes is able to gain the zone, and he flips it at the net. Goalie can't control it, though. They don't get it out of the zone, and still in our offensive zone, but right at the blue line. Mohawks are able to get it out of the zone. Harley's going to flip the ice up to Tucker. Tucker's going to gain the zone. Now over to, was that Xander? He's going to chip it back to the defense. Drew's going to step up, and he's going to fire it at the net, but deflected by Tucker the wrong direction, so it goes in the corner. Tucker and Xander, they're fighting for it. Now Richie's going to step up, but the Mohawks skate through us, and they're pressing up the ice. They're coming through neutral ice and gaining the zone. Donovan's there to keep pushing them behind. And the Mohawks try to center but intercept it. Now we're going to march it right back down the ice. And we're going to do a stick move and fire, but right in the goal's chest. Tucker's still fighting for it. Donovan's going to step up and try to keep it deep but can't. But at least breaks up their drive. Tucker's still there fighting for it. We chip it towards the blue line. It comes cross ice. Mohawks are going to gain the zone. They dump it deep. Donovan's going to get there first. He's going to ring it around. And that's going to deflect off of I'm not even sure what that is. But Wes got it. He's going to, loses his handle, but he's still got it. He curls to the front of the net, but then slipped away by the Mohawk. Mohawks are bringing it in. We're pushing them to the outside. They do get a shot at net, but deflected. They're wrapping it around. Drake comes across the face of the goal and shuts that door. And then we send it around back. And we're going to corral it, and we're going to try to get out of the zone, but we don't quite clear it, though. The Mohawks dump it back deep. Kane's now going to get it. He's going to send it back around this way. And he's going to center it, but Mohawks intercept it, and they keep it deep. Now Wes is going to be able to get it out, and he's just going to dump it deep. But it's going to be on net. So that goal is going to play it, and we're pressuring. But they're able to get it out. But Drew's able to turn it right back around. Now Logan is going to push it forward. He's going to dance with it. Keegan then takes it. He's going to gain the zone and dump it, but not deep. And the Mohawks bring it right back out into neutral ice. But then Drew's able to take it away, and it slowed their advance. The Mohawks push it forward, and they get a shot, and a glove save by Drake. And I guess that's a stick that was on the ice. I couldn't tell what that was. But we got a defensive zone face-off. We got Xander, Tucker, and Richie, along with Drew and is that Harley? Yep, Harley. She tried to take the puck behind, but then hit the side of the net. Tried to clear it, but intercepted. Dangerous opportunity to swap, but good stick by Richie to intercept that one. And then he dumps it all the way down, and that's an icing. So we're mixing up the lines. So we got Donovan and Kanan on defense, and we got Tucker, Xander and Caden on offense. It looks like what we got on offense. Warhawks control the face-off. They dump it deep. Kanan's there to puck battle near boards. Xander comes in to help. And they flip it towards the middle, but that goes through a bunch of sticks. But they're dancing with it in front. We're able to get it off of their stick, and that wasn't a great opportunity for them. But now we get it out. Tucker's moving with it. Caden's coming up with them. He gets it poked off his stick, and we dump it in our offsides. So Keegan, Caden, and Wes out there along with Donovan and Kanan. Caden's got the puck. He's skating around. He gets it over to Keegan. He tries to center it, but intercepted. Kanan's going to step up and fire it towards the net. Chipped by Wes, and good save by the goalie. Flip back at the net by Caden and saved again by Caden and knocked down in front. Donovan tries to step up, but they scored it past him. Caden's going to be there to keep it in the neutral zone, and looks like we're going to get a penalty on the Mohawks. So we'll have an offensive zone face-off with Keegan, Caden, and Wes, and Harley and Logan coming out for defense. And it is still 1-1. Keegan taking the draw. Puck is shot over towards the boards. They try to ring it up, and Logan keeps it in, but he fires it at the net, deflected, and bouncing around the front. We can't get a good stick on it, but back to the front. Puck battle again, comes to the near boards. Caden's going to come away with it. He gets it up to Keegan. Keegan can't get a stick on it, though. And Mohawks are going to skate away with it. They chip it around Logan. They gain the zone. Harley's coming over to help out, and she pushes him to the corner, and then she gets the puck away. West is going to corral it in that corner. He's going to ring it around, and Caden's going to come get it. But the Mohawks are there to get pressure. But Keegan's there. He chips it up the boards. But we can't advance it further. Logan cross ice to West. He's going to control it. He's going to look up at his options. He's going to bank it off the boards to Caden, who's going to keep fighting for it. Keegan's coming in support. Mohawks fire it out of the zone, and that should be an icing because I don't think anybody touched it. But that might effectively kill the penalty with this running clock. We might have about 10 seconds left on this penalty by the time we drop this puck. So we got Xander, Richie, and Tucker out there along with Kanan and Drew. So Tucker's pressuring. Richie's going to be there. He's looking for a centering pass. Can't quite handle it. Kanan keeps it in. He fires it at the net. Richie deflects it, but puck is behind. Puck is bouncing around. We're looking for the centering pass, but can't quite connect. Kanan keeps it in. He fires it back towards the net, but wide. Richie's there. He fires it across the crease, but we can't connect. And they're able to clear it. It deflects off of Kanan, but Drew corrals it and gets it back up to Richie quick. And we fire it back in, and Tucker's pushing it. He gets the puck behind the net, immediately pressured by the Mohawks, but puck is still in the corner. Xander's going to provide some pressure. Kanan keeps it in. He fires it back at the net, and the goalie covers it. And we're going to have a wholesale line change. We got about 4 minutes left in this period. We got Keegan, Caden, and Wes, along with Harley and Donovan. Puck over to Wes. Wes is pressuring in the corner. Mohawks player is trying to push it up the boards. Wes is there to challenge. He keeps it deep. Caden is there to pressure. Puck battle behind. Mohawks is going to skate away with it, but Keegan is there to provide pressure. Caden now corrals it. they go. He gets to the slot, and Keegan doesn't quite get good wood on it. And then the Mohawks are skating out with it. Donovan challenges and is able to break up that drive, and he's able to flip it all the way down the ice. I'm not sure that gets enough, barely has enough steam. That was wobbling all the way down and barely made the red line. So we'll come all the way down for a defensive zone faceoff. So we have the same lines. We have Keegan, Caden, and Wes, along with Harley and Donovan. We are 1-1. So tied up centers, but Caden swoops in and chips it forward. He's had some steam, but Mohawk defender was able to curl with it and keep him from advancing. Now they're skating forward and they're dangling through everybody, but can't.
Okay.
Caden has it now with some steam, and he's pushing forward, and he shoots top right. So he was able to push through and glove side, top shelf, able to put that in the net. So it is 2-1 with 2 minutes and 20 something seconds left, because this old scoreboard doesn't have all the lights on the second slot of the clock. So we're able to keep them from advancing. Z is providing pressure. Mohawks chip it back into neutral zone. Logan's there to keep them from advancing, and Richie's going to skate forward. And we got a 3-on-2 cross ice again, but Tucker can't quite handle that pass. But that was a good thought. Now the Mohawks are charging forward, and they have some speed, and they're trying to slice through, and we intercept it and briefly give them an opportunity in the slot, but we're able to clear it. Now Tucker is pressing forward, and no icing because it didn't get that far. They try to clear it. Logan's there to hold the line, but their defender is able to keep it out of or get it out of the zone. They push it into their offensive zone, but we're able to push them to the boards and not let them have a shot. Chipped up to Tucker, and Tucker's going to be able to get out of the zone. Cross ice pass to Richie. Richie's got some space. He dances around one. He's going to get it towards the net, but patted away by the goalie. Tucker's still there to provide pressure, as is Xander. Kanan swoops in and breaks up the rush, but the Mohawks control it and push it forward. And they fire from way outside in their wide left. We are able to get it out, and Z's pushing it forward, but Mohawks are able to reverse direction and then now bring it right back at us. Harley and Kanan are in position. Good stick by Harley to take it off of their stick and keep it to the outside. West comes in and pushes it forward, and then dumped in by Richie, who goes for a change. Keegan and West are pursuing. Mohawks ring it around, and they're able to get it out of the zone, but Kanan intercepts it quickly and is able to send it back up ice. West is there to challenge. Mohawks able to send it cross ice, but then we send it right back in. We gain the zone, but immediately challenged. Keegan dumps it deep. West is there. He gets it taken off of his stick, and they try to throw it out of the zone, but we keep it in again. Mohawks are able to throw it back towards the blue line, and we're able to keep it deep. West is able to chip it deeper, and that's going to be the end of the second period. And we are up 2-1 going into the final period. We'll be back in 60 seconds. All right, welcome back for the start of the third period. This is stop clock, 12 minutes. We got Xander, Tucker, and Richie out there along with Donovan and Logan. So puck won back by the Mohawks, and they try to advance it, but intercepted by Logan. They send it up. Logan intercepts again, and he goes cross ice. Nobody's there. Mohawks are there to corral it, and they try to do a centering pass and advance it, and they connect and curl and bring it up the ice. They're still skating up with it. Lots of sticks in the way, ultimately poked away by Drake. And we're able to chip it up the ice and out of the zone. Tucker's got some space. He gets it over to Xander. Xander's got a lot of room, and he elevates that shot just a little bit too much, and that goes over the top of the net. Centering pass. Xander's there. Puck battle behind the net. Mohawks are going to come away with it. They're going to chip it around Donovan, and they're going to march it all the way up the ice. But get it taken away by Logan. They're still got the puck, though. They're curling. Donovan intercepts that. He chips it up towards Tucker. He gets it out of the zone. But the Mohawks are going to control it and bring it right back in. Donovan's going to have it and go cross ice, or not cross ice, but out to Xander, but just doesn't quite connect. And the Mohawks bring it right back in. They're going to cross ice pass and fire. Patted away by Drake. And it rings around, and there's a puck battle near the board, and we get it out of the zone. But they're going to control it in neutral ice and try to set it right back in. But Xander's there. He's got some space. He stick handles around one and presses it towards the net, but doesn't get a strong shot off and sticked away. Mohawks are skating out of the zone with it, and we're on a change. They're going to gain the zone, but we're going to intercept that and ultimately get it out of the zone. And then chipped away. A great pass by Harley up to Keegan. Can't quite handle it, but we get it deep. Harley's going to control it, though, and flip it back towards the net, intercept it. Now the Mohawks are going to skate forward with it. West is giving good back check. Drew's pushing him to the outside. Pushes in the corner, but they're able to curl and get a centering pass, which is intercepted by Harley. The puck is still bouncing around, but we're finally able to get it out of the slot. Then back in. Still dangerous opportunity. The Mohawks get a good shot. And Drake loves it. So we'll have a defensive zone face-off. We're going to change up the defense. We got Kanan and Logan coming out. And we got Keegan, Caden, and Wes out for forwards. Puck one back to Kanan. He's going cross-ice outlet pass. We're able to get it out of the zone, but immediately challenged by the Mohawks. They bring it right back in. Logan's able to chip it right back out, but Mohawks there again to challenge it right away, but Caden's able to push it forward, and he's still pushing it forward. Puck is squirting to the middle. Keegan's there to keep it deep. Wes is going to get there first. He's looking for options, and I'm not sure. They're going to call, I think, both players for penalties here. It was after the puck was away. So I didn't have my eyes on the action, but it looks like both Keegan and a Mohawk is going in the box. So it'll be still 5-on-5 action here. So we got Xander, Tucker, and Richie out there along with Kanan and Logan. Oh, puck one back and fired at the net. Hit Xander in the back and couldn't find it. Now the puck is out of the zone and we're trying to regroup. Kanan's tying him up there enough that we got back onsides. And we're able to keep them from advancing, but now they push it right back in. But Z's able to intercept that, keep them out of the zone, but they're able to keep us from advancing. So puck battle, neutral ice, puck squirting around, and Kanan's able to chip it out again. But again, so now Z's coming away with it. This is a good opportunity. Z's skating forward with it. He's going to, didn't get a good shot off. He got tied up by that defender and couldn't get a good shot off. So Mohawks are skating back up the ice with it. They get into neutral ice, and Drew challenges, but they're able to get in the zone. Harley's in good position. They skate around her, and Drake sticks it away. And now we're curling and exiting the zone. Tucker's able to chip it forward, and he's still giving pursuit. Tucker is there, as is Xander. Xander got the puck, and he shoots. Gloved away by the goalie. It's behind the net. And the Mohawks are content with firing it down the ice, and this should be an icing. So, we have an offensive zone faceoff with Keegan in the box. Donovan is going to take the draw, and he's out there with Wes and Xander, or not Xander, Wes and Keegan, not Keegan, Caden. Too many K names on this team for me, along with Harley and Drew. Puck one to Wes, and Wes fires it towards the net, but cleared to the side by the Mohawks, and they're going to fire it all the way down the ice, and this might not be an ice. It doesn't have enough juice to get it up. So Drew gets there, and he clears it. And good outlet pass. Caden's got some space. He's going to march in. Wes is in the middle, and he gets a good pass to Wes, but doesn't quite connect. But Donovan's there to send it back at the net. And Donovan sent it back at the net, bounced off the goal, and Caden was able to put it in. 2-10. So that's 3-1. Your Flyers up with 7 minutes and what looks like 10 seconds on the clock. Again, the seconds are not clear. So we got Xander taking the draw with Tucker and Richie, along with Logan and Kanan on defense. Mohawks gain the zone. We keep them to the outside and but they're able to keep it in, and their defense sends it deep, and they curl and try to center it, and Drake is able to control it, and cover it.
This is trouble.
Oh my goodness, I am so thankful. I am parched. So defensive zone face-off by Xander, same lines. Mohawks control it. They get it back to the D. They chip it towards the net, sticked away by Drake. Comes near corner. They center again, but can't control it, and it goes far corner. Logan's there to provide pressure, but the Mohawks are able to keep it deep. They're looking for a centering pass, and they find it. So the Mohawks were able to find. That was a nice. We don't like to admit this, but that was a really nice play by the Mohawks. They had a great centering pass. Player controlled the puck and was able to find the back of the net. So it is 3-2. We win it forward, and that was offsides. We won it forward, they got it out of the zone, and then we fired it right back in the zone, so that will be offsides on us. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off with Keegan, Caden, and Wes, along with Harley and Drew. We get it into the zone, but the Mohawks immediately get it out of the zone. We stop their advancement, but then they keep pushing forward, and they gain the zone, and they push it deep. So they're behind the net. We're challenging. We keep it behind the net. Harley's there now challenge. Mohawks, nobody's skating away with it, but now they do. They're trying to bring it to the front, and they get it to the front and towards the net, but Drake is able to stick it away. Outlet pass. Caden finds it. Now Caden has some space, and that looks like it's going to be a penalty shot. I believe we're calling that a penalty shot. Caden had a breakaway and was tripped. And they are awarding a penalty shot. So Caden So Caden, in the midst of a penalty shot, I didn't think there's much point of play-by-play, but he brought it to the backhand and then to the forehand and was able to find the back of the net. So solid penalty shot by Caden. And we are 4-2. We got Xander, Tucker, and Richie out there along with Donovan and Logan. Puck battle, neutral ice, sent back up by our defense. Xander's now going to control it and gain the zone. He's going to drop it for Donovan, who's going to rip it and be wide left, but keeps it deep. Now back behind, Xander has it. He centers it. Logan's going to step up and get it deep again, but off net. Xander's there to get it back to Logan. He's going to send it at the net, but wide right. But Tucker's going to be there to corral it. And he's going to curl and not keep it in, but it's going to be a foot race, and it's way down ice, and Drake's wisely just going to bring it in and cover it. So we have 5 minutes left on the clock. Your Flyers are up 4-2. We have a defensive zone face-off. We got Keegan, West, and Caden along with Drew and Kanan. Puck is in the slot, not really controlled by anybody. The Mohawks spin and fire it towards the net. Goes off its skate, goes behind, and now Caden's skating out with it. Cross-ice pass, but intercepted. So the Mohawks are going to skate it right back in. We're pushing them to the outside. They maintain control. They're dancing with it. And just at the last minute, we get a stick on it and deflect it. It goes to the corner. And, well, they're going to blow dead. They thought Drake had it, but he didn't quite, actually. And we're going to get a penalty for excessive something at the end of that. So Kanan got dumped at the end of that play by a Mohawk. So they're going to send somebody to the bench, to the penalty box rather, not the bench. And we'll have it looks like we have a power play. I don't think they just sent one kid to the penalty box. So we have a power play for the next minute, 30 seconds. We got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. We got Keegan, Kanan, and Wes out there along with Kanan and Drew. And this is an offensive zone faceoff. One back to Kanan. He's going to flip it at the net, but it just deflected and doesn't make it to the net. Mohawks are trying to get it out. They get it towards the blue line. Drew's able to keep it in, but then intercepted again by the Mohawks. Drew's trying to recover. He's pushing them to the outside, and they skated all the way in and get a shot, but good save by Drake. No, we're going to push it up the ice, but they intercept it and keep it in the zone. We don't get it out. They keep it deep, and they ring it around, and Drew's going to go over there and challenge. And he gets dumped, and it's a puck battle in the corner. The Mohawks players pushing through everybody. We push it up and out. Now Caden's got some space. Caden's got a breakaway. And he's going to wrap around. He's going to fire it back towards the net, but nobody's there. But we're able to keep it in the zone. The Mohawks get it out of the zone, but we prevent them from advancing it. Now they dump it a little bit deeper. Donovan's going to curl. He's looking up ice. And he's just going to skate with it. He's going to get it all the way in the zone. He's still skating with it. And he's taking to the corner. He centers, but nobody's home. He's still playing forward, even though he's supposed to be playing defense. Now he's skating back. Holly's chasing back. They get a shot off the pipe. Donovan clears it all the way up the ice. It's in center ice. They go cross ice, and the Mohawks are going to gain the zone again. Holly has a good stick and takes it away. Fires it up to the blue line, but doesn't get it out. They ring it around. Donovan's there to challenge. He's going to fire it up the ice, up to Tucker. He gets a stick on it to prevent the icing, and it gets out of the zone. We're there to challenge. It's still in the, I guess they did bounce out. It was tough to tell from that angle. So that was an offsides on us. We'll have a neutral zone face-off. We got Xander, Tucker, and Richie out there along with Logan and Kanan. Puck battle, neutralized. We gain the zone, but Mohawks immediately throw it out of the zone. They throw it deep. Logan's there, but doesn't quite get a good stick on it. But now he's just going to skate with it. He's got room. He's skating up the ice. He's still skating with it. He gets to take off his stick, but Richie's there to throw it at the net.
Come on now.
And it was in front of the net, and Tucker couldn't quite get his stick on it. But we're able to keep him from advancing. Richie's there to keep it in the neutral zone. Now Tucker's going to skate away with it. He's got some space. He fires it at the net. The Mohawk goalie gloves it. Good save. So we got a minute and 50 seconds left is what the clock looks like. If you hear the question mark in my voice, it's because you can't read the seconds on the scoreboard. But we're 4-2. Offensive zone face-off. Keegan, Wes, and Caden out there along with Donovan and Drew. We keep the puck in the offensive zone. They're trying to skate it around. They try to ring it around. They don't get it out of the zone. Puck is bouncing around. They do get it out of the zone, but Drew is there. Now Donovan's also there, pushing him to the outside. He pushes him off the puck, and he sends it back to the blue line and out. So Mohawks need to regroup. They do. They send it back in, but they don't have any pressure. Donovan goes cross ice, bank shot, and this is going to have enough juice. That is going to have enough juice for icing. So wholesale line change. A minute and what looks like 14 seconds left on the clock. We got Xander, Richie, and Tucker along with Logan and Harley. And Mohawks win it back. They get it back to the defense, but we're pressuring the puck. They center it. It goes behind the net. But they're going to try a wrap around, and we got all kinds of bodies there and sticks there. And I can't believe that it looks like we saved it. I can't imagine that they would have gotten that in because, like, all 5 of our sticks were there blocking the wraparound. But so we have another defensive zone face-off, same lines. Goes to the corner. Xander's able to chip it to the blue line. Mohawks keep it in, but then Xander intercepts and gets it out. And then they're going to bring it right back in off sides. So now I can clearly read the scoreboard. It looks like we got 53 seconds left. Now that we're under a minute, we're 4-2, or neutral zone face-off. Xander taking the draw. Mohawks win it back, but immediately pressured. They're going to gain the zone. They're being pushed to the outside by Harley. She takes the puck away and keeps it to the outside, but we're not able to clear it. Still a puck battle.
Empty net!
We finally skate away with it. Tucker has some space. We got an empty net, but we can't. Now we finally dump it deep. So we get the puck deep. Xander's there to pressure it. Mohawks are trying to get it out of the zone, and they do. And they got a breakaway. They got a 3-on-1, but Logan is able to push him behind the net. They're trying to wrap around. We keep him behind the net. Logan, now Harley. Puck battle. Logan's going to skate away with it. He's going to get it not out of the zone. But Tucker's able to fire it down the ice, and that'll be it. That's the final horn. So your Flyers.
2:45 sound better than 8:30 tomorrow morning?
I am happy about this, mostly for myself. I'm not going to lie.
2:45 tomorrow. We've got what's most likely going to look like a rematch with the Kansas City Stars.
Okay, all right.
It's Kansas City or the #1 overall seed Nebraska Warbirds.
Warbirds, yes.
So I suspect we've got a date with
a Kansas
City Stars, which is great because this team could use some redemption.
Yes.
After that early game today.
I believe, as we have talked, these kids could have had a good year, and every single team in this tournament we have beaten.
Absolutely. Yep.
And,
yep. They can
and
really,
we can match up against anybody.
Yep.
So we have great.
Tomorrow it's win or go home.
Yeah.
So they can make a nice little run.
We can.
Saturday, Sunday.
We're totally in this thing. So we look forward to.
All right, guys, join
look
us
forward
back
tomorrow.
here on Super Dad TV, Ames Hockey Network, 2:45 tomorrow afternoon. Be good to each other.